This ain't not a kush. No, not a kush. No, not a kush. Oh yeah, I can feel them. What are they on me eye? We are the see me sister them. They die in the street. Oh, me I can feel them. When they see me brother them in the streets. Yeah, some they link they not. Some lay down a guts at the sleep. Oh. So when I ask, they tell me say na kush. Nike pull roll and son of them food. They prefer for left the horse, they gonna get so all day they kush. Oh yeah, say not a kush. Oh. Me brother don't want before him them. Say not a kush. Oh. So we they use the old age my youngest. Say not a kush. Oh. The youths them just they die. Say not a kush. Oh. Sorry Salone. We say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Hope for you to say, is it all?
Me family on a good evening, on a good afternoon, on a good morning. I hope say any side also on a friend safe. I hope say una they do well. I hope say the week has been kind to you all. Despite one or two here and there, I really hope say life has not been so bad to you. Today Saturday the 8th of June. We don't consider now, so we can talk about what's they happen in our country. So much don't happen, so much they go around, so much talking has been done, so much pointing fingers has been done. So right now, before we even dive deeper, I want make somebody way obviously not new to now anymore. Make he tell family they are do, and I go tell you now why I decide for make you join me today. Because I want to look at this thing in twofold. So, Mr. Jamboria, tell family they are do.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever una dey. I know say una all don sabi me now. Last week somebody can talk and refuse for give me name. He say I sabi una dey talk.
Yeah,
Now so somebody for dey for be there woko for society.
indeed. You know, so today I ask a question. The question is very simple. Are the diasporas or diasporans responsible or to be blamed for the current situation in Sierra Leone, in our country? And for me, before we go further, make I say, obviously, when I don't go see me, they blow me nose per smack today. When I don't go see that, when I might see maybe one or two, but I'm not sure how much I go able to project as well because obviously my voice not 100% recovered yet. But I go do my best. Definitely, I'm not as stuffed up as I was last week. So I hope say I'll be able to project better than we did last week. Because last week was just something else. Me and Mr. Jamboria, we all to get a cold, we all to be in a battle. Something at the same time. So it was like when cough, when sneeze. It was very funny. At one point, I even friends have say one choke because if they talk, nothing on they come out. So it was something else. But we thank God for life.
Yeah.
We really thank God for life. For giving us the opportunity for Kansidona also again for discuss with country. The reason why I make a bring and come, obviously there is a good age gap between the two of us, right? I can look at this topic from one fold, from one angle, but having his age and wisdom, he can also look at it and approach it from another fold, from another angle. Or who knows, maybe they say wisdom sometimes not come by age, right? And I'm a big believer that wisdom does not always come by age, right? And so who knows, maybe we might just arrive at the same belief and same opinion, or we might have divergent belief and opinion about this, and that is also okay. That's why we are here. And that make we sit on so. So two things we can discuss today. One way, obviously, now we main topic we now the joint press statement by the two leading political parties then in the country, right? Where that statement they is a direct accusation. A direct accusation. Let's call a spade a spade. It's a direct accusation being levied on the diasporans. So me go look at them from, like I say, from one angle. And is this accusation justified? Does it hold true, 100% true? When I not say half truth, right? Maybe it can hold half truth, but I'm saying the way it's put, does it hold 100% true? Now, 100% true, waiting and they say, or are there some questions, some lingering questions that needs to be asked, or are there some direct questions that maybe also need to be asked? And in turn, we as diasporans, because I am not excluded, because they don't lump we all inside one basket right now, whether it's a political party or a political party or whether you eat or you support or we have all been lumped into one basket, right? So therefore, I cannot exclude myself to say also we as diasporans, are these accusations being levied on us? Are we guilty? Or are we all guilty as we have all been lumped into one basket? They don't blanket slate we all. Are we all guilty of what? Of these accusations? So before we go inside that topic there, I want to make we look at a joint press release where two of the competing parties then, now I'm talking about lawyer Sorisengbe Mara and also lawyer Warise Sari Kamal released this week. And the reason why I want to touch on this topic, because where truth be told, we know for say the AGM not happen. In no uncertain times can we call that an AGM. But before we sit down inside this topic proper one, like where I don't just give a brief summary, I want to make we look at we number them, we toll free number them, where una can call at any time for talk to we, for be part of the show, for make una self give una opinion, because in as much as the show is watched largely, believe you or not, by Sierra Leoneans them inside Salone, it's also watched, make us say 50-50 split by Sierra Leoneans them in different parts of the world, right? So we North American number as usual, now 1-866-944-7722. We local UK number na +44 20 80 891 455, and then the Australia local line na +61 29 09. Let me start that again. We Australia local number na +61 29 0984 337. And then with universal line, we na the WhatsApp line na 1-343-997-5828. Una no forget say una can catch we live also na free tongue from we VOS radio station na 91.9 FM. As well, una no forget to download the VOS television mobile app on Google and on Apple so that wherever you find yourself, whatever show they go, you know go miss out. All right. Now, even before we sit down inside proper, Mr. Jamboria, waiting. I can read the press release, and then I go can ask you what you feel, what you take about this press release. So, if we technical, going back to the studio, make we put this press release up, and then take them from there. So the press release say public notice. Okay, it reads public notice. Members of the Sierra Leone Bar Association have become aware of recent reports indicating that individuals claiming to be members of the purportedly elected yet illegitimate board have conducted a courtesy visit to a state institution. A courtesy visit to a state institution. We reiterate that no valid elections were held in Kenema. Purporting members to what? Is it requisition? I'm not see that word there properly. Maybe it's a bit too tiny, and I believe it's mean requisition. I believe that's what it's reading. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Purporting member to requisition an extraordinarily general meeting to set a new date for our AGM. Okay, so we categorically condemn those posing as a duly elected body and urge all state institutions to refrain from endorsing this unlawful board. Granting recognition to such a body not only undermines the integrity of our association's democratic processes, but also the principles of justice and fairness that we all must uphold. It goes on to read, we therefore call upon the Sierra Leone police and other government and non-governmental bodies to maintain their impartiality and support the rule of law, ensuring that the genuine voices of our association's members are respected and safeguarded. Augustine Soyi-Sengbemara, Mr. Obviously, he is an Esquire, and Warise Cyril Kamal, Miss. Obviously, she is also an Esquire. Mr. Jamboria, what do you feel about this way? Obviously, we all see what happened. We know that was a sham of an election. Actually, it wasn't even an election. It was a distribution of paper that happened. After a distribution of paper that were not even counted or acknowledged, now allegedly this body of people claiming to represent the Bar Association are paying courtesy visits, and they are being welcomed. Unfortunately, they're not called the institution where they go visit, and they are being welcomed by these people within this institution who fully know that there is a matter at hand, a serious matter at hand for that matter to be dealt with.
We come to the same thing always they say. The crisis we Sierra Leone they faced a crisis of social psychological imbalance. In any society where then things then they happen, things like what you would see so, now go always be the result. Governance and governance has one thing where them for always keep intact because that is what establishes and sustain ethical standards we go make the people the way una dey govern and trust una.
Yes.
Now one thing the way them for maintain, then they call a moral fortitude. Moral fortitude means do what is right even if people don't know you are doing it.
Yeah.
I don't have to be told to do what is right, but if I know this is right and that other action is not right, I'll refuse to do that other action. Because one, as somebody in a public office, my first duty is to maintain an integrity. And integrity get for be both ways. It get for be your personal integrity, where they add to your CV, then it get for be your official or functional integrity, where they make the institution stay stable.
Yeah.
These things we have lost in Sierra Leone a long time ago. We lost it. And now it don't become a culture for people to practice a moral fortitude. Even though they know it's wrong, they do it. Why? Because we don't allow impunity, the jihadist mentality for take over our country. But the government, when are the jihadists, they blame people outside, say they're not jihadists. They are forgetting that there are natural laws. There are 7 natural laws. I don't care what you be. I don't care whether you white or black or gray or green. I don't care whether you rich or poor. You cannot go against these natural laws. If you go against them, they come back for you. Kind they call karma.
Yeah.
Don't start a process that will come back to you. If you want people not to be radicalized, don't create conditions that will create radicalism. Be of good moral fortitude in your governance. But when you break the law, as the one way for maintain the law, you expect other people for maintain the law? No way. We create criminals by our actions in positions of responsibility. We create terrorists by our actions in positions of responsibility. Because we not maintain ethical standards. In this country where they then get a booklet where they say ethical standards for public service. I don't care whether na prime minister, na minister, na ordinary councillor, na ordinary employee in the municipal council, you get to observe that. Because the first statement say, trust building is through maintenance of ethical standards. That's the first statement in the forward for that document. And then go later for explain about moral fortitude and the other things in the where they maintain trust. I always done the same and I'll say it forever until the Sierra Leoneans wake up from that slumber where they day. Sierra Leoneans are mentally sleeping, Matilda. When we left this book, I have PhD, I have this wake up mentally. Wake up. Understand what needs to be understood. You can have a PhD, but if you don't know the ethical codes of working in a public service, you go there with your PhD and do everything wrong.
Yes.
We are seeing that every day in Sierra Leone. Our country has lost balance because there is no moral fortitude. Big man, they dance na public. It's not bad for dance, but dance for a purpose where go show say this gets something for contribute for bringing people together. But when you go dance in a situation where they create animosity, then you are contributing to terrorism. Just begin to say the truth as it is. I thank God I've woken up from that mental slumber, and I have no fear or favor in saying it. It's unfortunate we get few good young people in Sierra Leone, then it's very difficult for fend them footing because they have been brought up in a bad culture. Sierra Leone has bad cultures, especially in public service cultures. And we therefore begin to say that let it change.
Yes.
Otherwise, we country the head for disaster. I don't see any reason why an election that has a lot of controversy, people that don't discuss it here and there, they don't go to the media. Person they write you say they can't tell you I do. I am the officially elect. Tell us, say no, please hold on. Una solve una problem, then later whoever be the winner, let come. If I was in that seat, that's what I would have said. Don't come
Yes.
to me. Moral fortitude,
Exactly.
not a wickedness.
Exactly. No, I completely agree with you. You know, as you dey talk, I can't help but think about these words. I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her
It's a first
faithfully
statement of moral
at
fortitude.
all times. Yes, yes. I promise to defend and honor a good name, always work for our unity, peace, freedom, and I believe the word is
Yeah,
prosperity. So help me God, something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
How you see, I not like for bring family questions, then I ask so, but obviously we can dey talk, and obviously I do this show. And because I dey do this show, sometimes, most of the time my husband is not around. But sometimes he's around and he actually listens to some of the things we discuss, right? Or some of the things I discuss. And he don't ask me this thing so 3 term now. And this week again, he asked me, he's like, what is that thing that binds you Sierra Leonean together? What is that thing that reminds you of what you have? What is that one thing that no matter whatever is going on, when somebody says that word, it stops you in your track and you go back to your senses? And so I stopped one time. I'm like, what do you mean? You know, every time he can talk that, I can just balance him. But this time around, I had to stop. I'm like, this is the third time this man is asking me this. There is something he's saying, despite everything that they say, that maybe he has
I
figured
wish.
that. So, you know what he tell me? I say, oh, we have the
uh,
pledge. And I say, Mr. Fool, we too, we have the pledge. Now I say, if we look at our national anthem, the words are so meaningful. Now I say, but let me suffer. We get national anthem. He said, let me tell you something. He said there is a song in Ghana. He said, when there is something and there is an uprising or there is any form of destabilization or the smell of it, he said it just takes one person to start singing that song and it will cool everything down. It will like settle things like nothing. It brings people back to their senses. It's like, what is that thing in Sierra Leone that you people have? And I couldn't say anything. So, sir, since you're a big pass we, because he gave me an assignment, he said, go find out. I'm giving you an assignment. Go find out what is that thing that makes you people stop and think. So, sir, what is that thing that makes us
please
stop
tell
and
him. Please tell him we don't have it. Tell and say the two get in Sierra Leone. When now do you think where they bind we together na hypocrisy? And instead of it bind we together for we make progress, they bind we together for go behind. We are binded together to go behind. We do all the things wrongly because we're all hypocritical. You can tell it you they unite we. We need and get them. You know your husband He asked the correct question. Guinea, get them. I spent 5 years of my life in Guinea, in Conakry. And I saw the way Guineans comported themselves. I don't care what thing happened. They have their squibbles and squabbles. But if they say, ici c'est la Guinée, pour les Guinéens, that's the end of it. That's the end of it. And I'll tell you one thing. Because they get that phrase there, you ain't a foreigner. If you're not careful, they always treat you different. You know, they go team up on the head. And they have one good thing about them again that I understood. When they know you have a name connected to them, they take you as one of them. The first time I went to Conakry, the place where I lodge, the people learn this language where they talk so I not be understand them. But because they know see me in a Jallo, they say this now one of the brother them where them people them been go. The Guineans, in terms of social psychology and anthropology, then they years ahead of we. Same with Ghanaians. Let me tell you this. That's why I would always tell my friends, Guinea and Ghana will never go to war. There'll never be an internal war in Guinea and Ghana. They know how to solve them problems then. Because they get a common ground where they meet. Then the best thing they did for themselves, each Ghanaian or each Guinean, they speak at least one or two of the national languages.
Yes.
So that communication, they make them understand themselves. Everybody sabi book, everybody na share cat, they talk na knows English where the Englishman or they admire. And we do everything wrongly. Because we're so egoistic. Then say Madingo, then get Kamarimba. Kamarimba means people are way egoistic for show off. But it look like that Kamarimba mentality in a Salone can land. We so get tamper with that we deploy things them unconsciously. Public service we pull them because of we ego. I mean, are the boss. These are the things that are leading us to every problem we'll get. And I'll tell you, I don't want to jump the gun. We'll come to that diaspora issue. I go relate this, how it affects the country.
Yes, sir.
Now
Because,
they go small, small.
like I said, he's asked me this question. This was the third time this week, and I had to stop and say, "You, this is the third time you've asked me this question." It's like, no, because sometimes I listen to your show and I listen to, the things that come up. I've listened to your plea several times to your people. But some of the things I hear and some of the things you speak about and some of the things that happen there, like, this bar association thing, it's like this will never, it will not cross in Ghana for a second because the entire bar association will be disbanded. It's like they will be disbanded automatically and they would have to really find a reason for them to be in existence again because this is not acceptable. And so he stopped and he said to me, "What is that one thing that binds you people together?" And so
We don't
he
have it.
played the song, he sang the song for me, and then he interpreted the words for me, and then he played it, and I saw the reaction of the Ghanaians, the way they were reacting when these songs were playing in their midst. And then I understood in that moment the question he was asking and the question he keeps asking me. So I said to him, I grew up in Sierra Leone half and half. My being in Sierra Leone is not that thick, even though I'm so invested. So let me ask someone. I will ask someone. I'm like, from the research I've done so far, I am yet to come across something, but let me ask this question. Maybe there is something that exists, and we just need for tap into that thing day for really, really, really recalibrate we again. But it's a pity, and if it
In
doesn't
the past,
exist, maybe we need to look into that.
one thing I would say, Matilda, Maybe in the past, something similar or close to it existed. I'll take my time again and do some research because I remember said the Tewa been they read Farid Anthony in books of Pit Boy. There were specific songs them we been did the description of certain traditions where not they exist now. Maybe. But for all I know, if ever such a thing been there exist in Sierra Leone, it not be nationally effective. Because one thing Sierra Leoneans have failed to admit to, we inherited a two-state mentality. And this is one of the reasons we are finding it difficult to unite. The western area was considered as one state, the protectorate as one state. And I don't know whether it's willful or by accident, but after 1924, we then go establish protectorate assembly. Now from there, the divide begin exacerbating itself and grow. Up to the time we'll go for independence, things happen, then arrest Shaka Stevens, bring and come, lock up in a prison. Independence Day was in prison. If you can have independence on a divided platform, how come up till now the intellectuals not able to sit down and say, let us address this issue? That's why
You
all the
speak
time I
about
blame
independence, right?
intellectuals.
You talk
I
about
don't blame them
independence,
because
and
I'm angry.
yes, you talk about independence, and I can't help for escape this. And I myself, like I again, my husband sometimes, he has thought provoking question. The last time we've been there, I asked, so you made a statement. You say maybe the reason why we not all we safe, and we not see the value in democracy, and we not see the value in doing for the people as against doing for ourselves now, because we never fought for our independence, that it was given
Exactly,
to us.
Matilda.
And so, funnily enough, after that show, I was having a discussion with my husband, and then he stopped again and said, wait, you people never fought for your independence, it was given to you. Now I understand a lot. It's like I really now I understand a lot. I understand what's going on in your country. You really never fought. You don't know what fighting for
Yeah,
independence means. So it was just handed
don't.
over to you people. That is why. It's like that is why. It's like you see all this thing that is going on. This is taking power here. This is truncating power here. This comes and makes this act. This just comes into power and does what they want. They just ignore people's feelings. It's like that is why. That is why. You
Exactly,
guys,
Matilda.
in your history, there is nothing that tells you the blood and sweat that went behind what you now have.
People like
That's what you
Kwame Nkrumah and others, they were in prison several times before the British agreed to an independence for Ghana. For us, 1953, they make the first election after they don't go create a protectorate assembly, which was exclusive. You see, I want let you pay attention small to this one.
Yes, sir.
Governance has to be inclusive. It no matter whether the man a bigger man or Chris man or thief man, bring everybody on board. Let everybody feel say, I belong. Not a pass the person join a political party. The person, because he gets the natural right as a citizen, if always feel belonging to a country, whether it inside it or not.
Yeah.
Okay? But by 1924, then go create a protectorate assembly where being the exclusive rights to only paramount chiefs. Whoever not come up from a ruling house, if you want to be elected into that house, you have to be a proxy of the chief. Now the proxy politics now they destroy we so. These the questions the intellectuals don't examine for see how we can come together for make we build something new. Yes, Human beings make mistake. Out of every mistake, you get to find solution. Now they make progress. As a matter of fact, when there is a problem, when you solve a problem, that is when wealth is made. You don't make wealth from stealing. You make wealth from solving problems. The intellectuals have failed in their duty of solving the problems of Sierra Leone. So you don't reach the stage now, maybe we're not able to control her anymore, past some harsh something happen. We pray God let that not happen. But if anything wrong in Sierra Leone, everybody should be ready to take responsibility. Let us stop this blame game. Back in 1978, I did a research for education, for my education thesis. I found out that we have a culture of blaming, what in and call external locus of control. And up to this day, we have never changed from that because the intellectuals have never understood what that place called Sierra Leone means. For them, Sierra Leoneans have gone to university, have got a degree, have got a job. Now I should buy SUV, I should build a big prison for myself. Then I should go all over the place dancing and showing off. That's what Sierra Leone is for them. When it is not that way, they become radicals or demi-radicals or miniature radicals. The Sierra Leonean will only say what is wrong because he's not part of the system. He's not enjoying the loot.
Right.
When they're enjoying the
So
loot,
there's a
everything is bright and beautiful.
I know say today we're not to talk about history, but all this intertwined. There's a corrective perspective here that I want to correct. Kono Tree, watching us from YouTube. You statement just catch my attention. You said Boye died for our independence. Fought yeah, for our independence. Fight started way back. We started to fight before the pre-colonial movement.
Please tell
Boye
him
did
that.
not die for
Please, please tell Conotri that's one of the
no,
biggest lies we have been told.
no.
As a
Boye
matter
did
of
not
fact,
die. Sorry, sir. I go make you come in and what? Boye not die for our independence. Go back and read your history properly. Boye not die for Salone independence, and I'm saying this with 100% confidence. I go make you go on, sir.
Ibure was a mediator between the British and the other chiefs in Sierra Leone. He
Yes.
never fought even the hot tax war.
No.
But because the British did not get to use him how they wanted him, they blamed him for everything. 200 of his boys were slaughtered. He was
Yes.
handcuffed and taken to Ghana.
Taken to
That's the
Ghana. That's
correct
what
story.
happened. Yes.
That's the correct story because the British themselves wrote it. There was a
Yeah.
commission of inquiry set up after that incident, and it's only in the last 5 years that report had been published.
Had
I
been
have the
released.
report.
Exactly. So another at one point then say make them go to the British archive. Sometimes we tell story for make we give people them make make them heroes. Yes, he was an hero. And I not go ever sit down as a Sierra Leonean and take that
Yeah,
away
yeah,
from him.
yeah, yeah.
Okay? He sought the interest of his people
These
at
people.
against the interest of the British. That history, I go agree 100%. But to sit and say Baibure was a warrior that fought for Sierra Leone independence, that is a very, very wrong history. Baibure was a warrior too. He was a mediator because of his in connection with the other chiefs then, because of impopularity, because na person wey like then Creole people like can say he get a year in a man wey been get a year So the British them, just like they did with the two brothers in Zimbabwe, una go read Zimbabwe, the history, that's what they tried to do to Baibure. But unlike where
Exactly.
the brothers them in Zimbabwe, one of them succumb and betray in your brother, Baibure refused to do that.
Yeah.
And instead, he was jailed. That is the history, and that is the true
He was
history.
exiled. He was exiled to Ghana.
Yes, jailed and
And a
exiled in Ghana.
Fanti
So
king,
make we the land, yes, sir. Make we the land with real history, with true history. And make when we they tell them, make we tell them the way we is supposed to be told. But make we not tell them in a romanticized fashion. The romanticized version is what we've been told. The true version of what happened, go to the British archive, it is there.
And I'm laughing at the saying of Abdul Sise. Who come to that? I think it's time we begin. Maybe what your husband asked Matilda, that's what we are coming to gradually. It is out of need that things are tailored and made. Sierra Leone may need to find a common ground, and I think we are getting there gradually.
And you know, this thing here, so why they talk so, somebody, I know there's a caller on the line, I'll take the caller. Somebody just question and say, why should I believe the British history? There was a professor, Professor File, I don't know if he's still alive. Go read some of him books then, please. Because some of una know they read at all. Now that then are the problem.
All
Go
right.
read some of File in writings them about Sierra Leone. And there is another older professor, maybe I will contact me, Uncle Dr. Potter, make it direct me to that person. They make a quote and verbatim, so that we know that some of these things that's been propagated are not true. And when you don't know how you come out, honestly, if you don't know how you buck foot, you're not gonna know, you're not gonna know how the stone go the next them.
At all,
I
at
will go
all, at all.
caller, make caller,
Not any
what's
problem.
the name I call from, please?
Think that too. No, no, no,
Hello,
no, no.
caller.
Seem to be centered properly. Uh-huh.
Caller, can you hear me? I think so. We have difficulty with this
Better now.
caller. Not, you know, they project. Maybe the person needs to call again, and maybe there's a network issue or something, because I can't hear them, and I don't want to hold the show
Hello.
because of. Okay, go
No, I
ahead.
think you
Yes,
don't
please.
come to.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead. I hear you now.
Hello. Yeah, me na from Kaba from Belgium. I did you a debate about Bible in offer to war. Definitely, when I say not wrong, because for sure, even with you not delusion, I won't not defend. You know, war does not mean pass you go shoot a bullet. You know, because for let not betray the country, the country not betray the people and say a war. And most 90 kill Africans there. All we problem we get in Africa na betrayal. Thomas Sankara na betrayal. All you want they don't be say vulnerable deal with problems them na through betrayal. If that man itself, if you know, if that man not betray in people them, and it's na war. And that you want like the one say una say the fact that the solution will let people and get common sense. What they would get up to now, and they argue. Una they say the reality na the present. That would the past the people don't go fed who parents said the blue in a brigade I fed for Salone. Who be said now the most latest president I never see. You know, people are like in a soldier because a soldier man, like I just say no more where people tell when you work for the country. The both say in a soldier. because one is soldier only first for the property for the people for care about own people, which is go to the country beyond belief. And that money, for sure, that what we said according to history, for letting no betray in people, that one they definitely passing with soldier yourself. Then we so rebel there whatsoever only both in the first for this country. So me that number I not be uncle, but that point then that at the time for reason. By then.
Okay, thank you very much. I understand what
I
in the
agree.
color this perfectly. But when we are talking about fighting in terms of the definition of fighting a war, um, it connotes something different. But I get what they try for say.
Yeah,
Ideologically, he
yeah.
did not fight a physical war, but ideologically he fought a war. So absolutely, I go give the color that. Absolutely, I go give the color that. So now I know one with STEM. Make we go inside the people where somebody be one time call Alassane and Alusine. But Nagbeshe don't join them. So I don't know if I foresee Alassane
Well,
and Alusine. I don't
Matilda,
know if I see
we come back to where we started, lack of moral fortitude.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Alassane, Alusine, and Beshe. So I don't know. Oh, it's funny. It's funny. So fully no. I'm glad because one of the viewers on our YouTube actually alluded to a comment where I already make us saying, okay, this thing about the diaspora. Which part of the diaspora is this statement referring to? This press release? I will read the press release for now. Is it referring to the diaspora that is in the diaspora meaning that outside the borders of Sierra Leone? Or is it referring to the diaspora that is within the geographical circumference of Sierra Leone? Because we get
And
the
we have
head-sided one.
inflated their wages.
So, exactly. So, I
They
have
have
to ask
inflated
myself this
their wages
question.
so much so that it's causing economic hardship in the country.
So,
You know,
I
when
have to
man
ask
too
myself,
pity, too pity. Then the man
yeah,
said that Hemo,
we have
when too
another
pity,
caller.
too pity, no more.
Let me go to the other caller. I'll take your call before we delve into this. Caller, what's that your name and who's you call from?
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Concerned citizen calling from the United States. Well, Conor
Yes.
3. Well, this is not Conor 3. I think Conor 3 believe that they should respond um, to the claim we Conor 3 been the try for make. And I thank the previous brother for clarify what the points that Conor 3 been the try for make. Not,
Okay, go ahead.
not uh, not directly but indirectly because of his stand against the British people for his people. You know, so now the points that I think Conor 3 been the try for make, and for even the bigger point that here that I'm trying to make, Matilda, especially to you, I would suggest next time before you start saying that some of the people in the read, not sabi read. I think before we start phrasing words like that, let's ask if you are responding to someone like that, make them clarify first what thing that they try to say before using words like that. This is just a caution I'm saying, right? Because it does not, if we are talking here, because the whole point here, especially with UNA, now for be educative.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you are correcting the record, let's correct the record without being insulting, because that's how I perceive it. You may not have, but that's my perception of it.
Okay. Did
And
I
not,
hold on, caller?
and if
Hold on, caller. I want for hold you minutes, please. I want for hold you minutes, please, because for me, when somebody accuse me, if I not there online, then that's fine. But when I am present, I like to deal with it in a very peaceful manner. Or depending on your tone, I can be equally abrasive, depending on the day. Now, the question we want to ask is that did I specifically, when I was making a statement about the fact that some of us do not read, there are people who do not read, did I specifically say Conotry does not read? Or did I make a
no, you
general statement?
no, you made a general statement, but the general statement that you made, you are responding to Corner 3. So, of course, based on perception, Corner 3 is going to perceive it as if it is directed to Corner 3. That's what I'm trying to say here. It's words, my sister.
Okay.
Interpretation, just
I
the same thing as with the talk now. Let me just make this quick point. Just the same thing with the talk now is the same way of history. History is based on perspectives. It's who wrote that history. Today the history
okay.
will be like this. 100 years from now, someone will come and correct the history.
Okay,
Matilda can
that's
come in. Matilda.
no, that's fine. Yes, you can come
Now
in,
let
sir,
me
but
come in and
that's fine.
just say something. Mr.
Okay, okay.
Konotri with a Fulani Malinke background. I know the Kamarimba mentality is high with you. Please, what she meant was Sierra Leoneans don't have the habit of reading, and it's a fact. Not to insult. No fact, say we not dey read. Even millionaires see don't ask you. Now only research they make at the read otherwise I not care about reading.
Well,
It's a fact. We have to accept some of these
Mr.
facts
Jallo,
about ourselves.
Okay.
It's not an
Can I
insult
come in?
to
Can I
accept
come
what
in?
is not correct about you.
Can I come in? Can I come in? I'm going to come in, sir. So I'm going to say, if you feel, and the reason why I'm using the word if is because had I said those words immediately following your statement addressing you, I would have said, I am sorry categorically. But to my recollection, those words came following the address of your statement. It was a following up statement that I was addressing writ large broadband that I used those words. Therefore, if you perceive it like you said, interpretations are subjective, right? If you perceive it as though that thought or those statements were in connection to your previous statement or assertion, then I would say, if indeed you feel that they were directed at you, then I am sorry because they were not directed at you.
I,
That's
I thank you, Matilda. I thank you very, very much for that, and hence the reason I respect you. Right? Again, I'm just saying this. It was based on my perception. Right? Again, it's to make the point. This is not about you apologizing to me. It's to make the broader point that history or words or whatever we look at things, we have to very be careful because it's based on perspective sometimes. The reality is there, but I mean, the reality got different angles of that reality, especially when it comes to history. Because the people who would have been dead, they don't know they're alive again, to tell the truth. But anyway, I thank you very, very much for that, and I respect you for that, and to Mr. Jallo for responding to your Karamarimba talk. This is the point that we can disagree and without being disagreeable, without using words to put anyone down, because we have to be careful that voting common will not, voting the other person the intercept, accept to intercept that is we get to be careful with that. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm just trying. Hopefully, I make my point. I apologize if I've gone too long. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, because I know say a lot of calls will come when I read the statement, and I ask the question again: who were the APC and the SLPP referring to? Were they referring to a subset of diasporan in the diasporan, meaning outside the borders of Sierra Leone, or were they referring to a group of people, current and past governments that were in the diaspora that returned back and form part of government? Which part? Which one of us are you referring to? Because certainly not me when I refer to. Absolutely not me. Let us go to the statement, the joint statement, and let us look at what they said and what warranted this. Because I get to ask some questions then. What warranted the statement? Let's take it bit by bit. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to read from my bigger screen where I can see it a bit much more. Excuse me. So, one country, one people, that's the APC, as you all know, on the 3rd of June
Myself.
2024. The APC. So now, the SLPP and the APC unite to fight hate speech, and promote peaceful political discourse. The Sierra Leone People's Party and the All People's Congress express our concern over the rising tension in our political discourse, both within Sierra Leone and amongst our diaspora community. Now, again, I tell you, I say the problem when we get with this, now the broadband application, diaspora community. I read on. The SLPP and the APC have jointly committed to the agreement for national unity to address these challenges. This landmark agreement aims to peacefully and respectfully resolve political differences. 2, strengthen our democratic institution. 3, resume regular cross-party dialogue. 4, unite Sierra Leoneans across all divide. When you sit down, you talk say, then why an asoki are they pandem? Is that how you unite Sierra Leoneans across all divide? Didn't you know where the genesis of this is coming from? When you look, you come in Salone and tell and say asoki adepa, you may go beer. You honestly think say that is how you foster inclusiveness? You honestly feel say that that is how you foster peaceful and respectful how you call it resolution of differences? Do you honestly think those words strengthen democratic institution? Do you honestly think those words would encourage cross-party dialogue? Do you honestly believe when you stood there 2 weeks ago and uttered those words, do you honestly believe that that is how you bridge the divide? Make a continue for read. The statement goes on to say, this pledge reflects our shared decision to advancing Sierra Leone's broader national interest, commitment for free speech with responsibility. We firmly support free speech and freedom of the press as fundamental rights that uphold our democracy. However, these rights come with responsibility and must never be abused. The SLPP and the APC both believe that freedom of speech should not be used to incite violence. Individuals should not be disparaged based on ethnicity, nationality, religion, gender, or political affiliation. Waiting happen at Kenem, I want to lock church and people them on Pentecost Sunday. Now wait first. Hatred against any ethnic or religious group must not be spared. And who was the chief, who can call himself chief patron of that activity? I'm just asking questions. Denouncing hate speech. We are gravely concerned about the recent incidences of hate speech by some political commentators, both in Sierra Leone and abroad. Such behavior is unacceptable and contrary to the values of both the SLPP and the APC. We call on all Sierra Leoneans to reject hate speech and understand that it has no place in our political discourse. How about you be the first example of that? Because leader leads and their people follow. Legal action and human rights. The SLPP and the APC supports the investigation and prosecution of individuals who incite violence. But then by God, we are still waiting because that was a violent crime committed against innocent people who lost their life, and up till now we are yet to see justice on that. As it is a crime under Sierra Leone's law, these actions must adhere strictly to legal and human, and we keep going. Let's wait for the other part. Just give us a few seconds, people will get there. So where was I? Legal and human rights standards. In the current political climate, protecting the rights of all SLPP and APC members and supporters is crucial. International support. We urge on our international partners to support our efforts to ensure justice is served fairly and thoroughly. This assistance is vital in maintaining a just and peaceful society, respectful political discourse. As the deadline for the first report of the Electoral Review Committee approaches, we anticipate an intensification of political discourse. We call on all Sierra Leoneans to engage in this dialogue respectfully and with dignity, avoiding personal attack and threats of violence. Hate speech has no place in our country, and those who spread it have no place in our political parties. Really? If this is the case, then half of our cabinets for don't dismantle by now. No, I'm being serious. When people utter these words and when people write these things, some of us are not idiots for crying out loud.
I told you
Some of
that
us
we have
went to
one thing
school
in
just
common.
like you went to school. Some of we self we go school just like una go school. We go to the same universities the way una go. Some of us are even more educated than you people. We just not choose for use we education them in the wrong manner. We choose for use them for help humanity and for help society. Who are you speaking to? When you people are going out saying all sorts of things, if you really mean these words, then half of this cabinet should be dismantled. Half of them do not fit, they do not measure to these words. Like, what are you people saying here? Una they talk one thing, una they do one thing, but then una expect something else from the people. Where did the people internalize and get this attitude from? Who side and get this sense of boldness from? Who propelled them? Who pampered them? Who pumped them? Who that pumped them? Where did the engineering and the mechanics of all of this come from? And you anyway, make a continue for read. I'm reading, right? Let me continue to read. It goes on to say, Ongoing commitment. The SLPP and the APC are dedicated to continuously monitoring and addressing hate speech and violence. We will collaborate with civil society organizations and international partners to ensure a safe and peaceful political environment. A call for unity. Together, the SLPP and the APC are committed to building a peaceful and respectful Sierra Leone for all its citizens. Let us unite to create a future where political discourse is conducted with respect and our democratic values are upheld. And it was signed, I believe, by the two Secretary Generals of the two political parties who I believe are lawyers, practicing lawyers, if I'm not mistaken, and therefore in writing and uttering these words, I do not question your legality, neither do I question your claim or ownership to these, this very, very prestigious, school of learning and school of thought. However, in putting this together, who were the fingers being pointed at exactly? Nationally, locally, and both internationally, who were the fingers being pointed at exactly? Who are the paid operatives of these institutions? Because me, Matilda, nobody know they pay me for talk for Salone, and nobody no go ever pay me for talk for Salone. I call it as it is, as I see it. However, within you and within yourselves, you know that you dish out money for people to do these things. So you don't feed, 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 you don't feed. You can't keep feeding an animal you don't expect it to grow. Even when it does not feed and it's in the wild, it does find food to feed on. What were you people expecting? Una don't take the people there for granted so much so that una feel to say 1, 2, 3, you can just come out with, big English, loaded English, and say whatever you want just because at this particular time you people are bedfellows. You're kissing each other, you're making love to each other, romancing each other on the same bed. And so therefore, you see no walls anymore. What are you people saying? Who are you pointing these fingers to? Make her take the call. Call her waiting at your name and who say you the call for. Hello, caller.
Hello,
Yes.
Alavalidi from Ohio.
I'm good. Go ahead, please.
I call to give me your contribution on this discussion. For all I know, if I recall well, that press release is categorically Resolution 7 of the Peace Treaty, Equal Treaty, where they go do not been to money. Maybe I'm not able to read. But all I know for when last I read, it is incumbent on the two parties we signed that peace treaty to make a forge ahead or complete all the resolutions. It's on this platform, a lot of people have skepticism as to whether the unity process they go through on all the resolutions. So that press release where you comment on, it is mandatory on both parties as part of the resolutions, not only the tripartite, all of them. So if you recall, Gono say that is a fulfillment of the tripartite component where It's just because the tripartite resolution 3. This is resolution 7 where they don't complete, which means it is not by coincidence they make that release. And all the hate speech where they talk about is all platform in the diaspora where they incite violence. There are people in diaspora who know they communicate nothing other social media to the people of Sierra Leone other than go kill. If demonstration they happen, anybody will open shop with the kill una. If you or them come up, anybody will come out with the transportation, they kill una. Those type of communication is what they are directed. So if you are a diaspora, they know say you they incite violence in that country, you are part of a message where they urge you resist and desist from it.
Caller.
Just like where you hello?
Caller, you hear me? I want to make you hold on. I pause your time. I want to ask you a question. These hate speech or so-called hate speech coming from the diaspora or somewhere else, who are the sponsors of these individuals? Who sponsor them? Who gave them
I don't
the
know who
wherewithal? Who gave them wings to fly? Who?
I don't know. Which is why when the press release has come out, if somebody continue for doam and the law hold you, the rule of law hold you accountable, even the international community who is part of the tripartite and the unity process are going to hold these people accountable. That is part of the resolutions that where they establish. So I'm not here to talk about sponsorship, but if you know consciously that you are aiding and abetting the violence where they perpetrate through the messages where they pass through the social media, because on VOS, these are educative programs where they come on VOS, except individual people there where they come, they are partisan. But there are social media platforms where they are dedicated for violence message. Yes, Europe or America or anywhere, they are perpetrating these messages to the people of Sierra Leone and them themselves. They're not able for good day. I can just say, may God help the guy where they hold as part of the coup plot program. But he was man enough to get up from UK, he go to Salone, he want prove himself, and he be part of the coup aspect where they hold him. If these people who incite violence don't go and themselves be part of the leading people the way they demonstrate, then don't sit in social media and talk violence, and the poor people are dying there. Because now they are being killed. That's not demonstration. When they say demonstration, there are rules and procedures you have to implement. And if you don't do that, now that makes APC don't picture itself out of it. Say it's not aiding or abetting, anything like that. So if any APC person, member, the whole part of that demonstration where they perpetrate, APC is not going to talk anything because you are a APC member. They have denounced it. SFPC don't denounce them. So we need to able for differentiate. If you are not a platform, they incite violence at Salone, that press release not for you. But if you're not a platform where they directly incite violence, if you want to go demonstrate, why you for force somebody say stay home? If you come on now you home, come on at it, will they kill you? That is on demonstration. That is riot. So those are the kind of people this press release is for. Let's don't pick this press release and comment on them as if it's a general aspect for all diaspora.
Okay, so you see, okay, the caller ain't done, you don't talk you, and I go catch to you, Mr. Jamboya. If me I dey write something where I know for say me self where they write I am guilty of, I will make sure I write it in such a language that I am inclusive of the act, and then prohibit myself, including those from the act. That's how I'll write it. Oh, I'm not gonna write it like for say me na a saint. Like for say the APC is a saint. Like for say the SLPP is a saint. Like say those who are part of these two political parties and their leaderships have been a saint. I wouldn't write it in such a manner. I wouldn't write it pointing fingers. I would write it inclusive and taking ownership of my action. And then state the reason why, including myself, I should cease and desist from these actions. Not of us say video they not do, evidence they not do for collect and put of things the way people they don't say within both the political institutions them. When a heavyweights them na the two parties them. The fact that it is a deliverable when a part of the tripartite setup, I don't care for the deliverable. I care about the content and how it was presented. Forget about a deliverable, a check mark. Think about how it was presented, the manner in which it was presented. Why blanket slate everyone when you know that there are a subset of people who you are very conversant with that are engaging in these practices? Why not set them aside? Or why not say some? Because when you say some, at least you know that you're referring to a subset of people instead of saying the. Now English we always they talk because you don't blanket slate even me na so I get right for react. Make I go to the caller. Caller, waiting on your name and who say you the call from.
Good evening again. This is not from Fulham from Leicester.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
You know, this caller will be the call, so even it give an idea, be always the one react to that. But today, I really voice again. You know, like as you know, I always talk about the governance structure of the country. Now, the problem. You put two nations together predominantly. You see, they forget one president where they decide. Now get the powers them all, and then if you see the names them, the southern names them, they not see much is wrong. And then you look back the other side, them they feel say everything is wrong. So you will see disagreement to them from the one now with the good thing. So even what this we call it, I will try for address. If you don't talk once or ten, say, may we do some contribution, a fund like for help government do them programs. But I would now make I want tell them say under the current system of government, it's not possible. If you don't make this thing by chiefdom, say okay, the one that will come out chiefdom or the same chief or the one that will come out district, believe me, they go contribute money, plenty money. But for say let them go give government, central government, get nobody who will put money there. Pass the one that will come out at the south, they go say no, we'll give. The one that will come out at not promise, they don't go do them. But if you say that the district wouldn't come out or that the chiefdom wouldn't come out, believe me, you will see success. And you will see huge success. And now that I worry up to when it come to that will call always take out this idea, say Lord, we make a fund for the government. But in general, this letter we una read so it don't mean nothing. Why I say so? Because even though Lavali talk say, oh, they talk about the rule of law, we know that that's what the government they talk. Because the law is favor them. If you talk about incitement, no incitement don't come on any other side than from a part of the government. No, that's a fact. It started by the president, the first lady, Denis Sandi, that guy gentle within United States. You get other one, getting plenty, but then it's okay because then they talk for the government. But the other side, if they want to na problem because they go see them say then they break the law. And then that thing they talk about the rule of law, that incitement. But the incitement they wouldn't come out. But remember before election, one man I cannot say anybody we say let man I don't win, do they for cut the neck. If na other person wey no dey support government for don talk, then for don call am say they go put am na CID. So this thing all
And
no
now
mean
he's the
nothing.
resident
Na
minister,
just
someone.
a normal thing. I mean, like we used to do, say, oh, low rap something, we go deep and process, una can't sit down there. Tomorrow back with. First of all, the president not a good public speaker. I don't talk am several times. Because anytime he hold mic, he can't talk something it will be more divisive. So you better normally for don't be quiet like where Abacha be sit down, you know be the talk. People in the doubt Abacha sabi talk English because you know be the talk to nobody because you get that military mind. So this man he get the military mind. Maybe anytime he talk, you know, he talk like a civilian or I don't know somebody who sabi put people in together. He better for let not talk. So I just want to hammer on that talk. They say that letter to me or that press release now for just this week where they come for let them sign that thing. Maybe they want do something kuku jumuku or waiting or they settle amongst themselves. So now I make them go put them on the press release so that if people they see and now they're not go surprise and for sure not go day. Left on the first. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We'll get three voices.
Matilda,
Yes, sir.
they allow come in quick.
Okay, so
There is
callers,
there
una
is
no
a
go
war
anywhere.
there is a war going
Just,
on where I don't
sir,
notice.
just give me 1 second. I will address the caller. Them callers, stay put. Una not go inside. Mr. Jamboya will talk for 3 minutes, and then we will come back and take una calls. Them, okay? So just stay put.
See, we they talk about incitement, we they talk about everything where they create discordant conditions now in country. But here on this platform, and now we've had a discordant statement made when I inciting statement. You see, I tell you, it's not say we biggest challenge na hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Yeah,
hypocrites in Sierra Leone.
yeah.
None
And
of us
because I'm
listen
the
to
host
social
of the
media.
show, sir, I know I make them put this on you. And because I'm the host of the show, Mr. Jamboya don't say we had a statement made right here on this platform that was a discordant statement. It was what you can talk. There's statements there where you can say, you know, you they pick somebody out. Now a caller call and say if any APC person gonna do and try for do anything. Listen, sir, I know pass me degree for nothing. Me not be A+ student. I dey listen very well.
I picked
if
that one out
that's
clearly.
what the caller said. So by saying that alone, you don't isolate a group of people then belonging to one political party. Remember, this was a joint statement
So
by
you
two
are now
political
part of the
parties.
problem. You are
In
instigating a
addressing,
problem.
in making your comments, why make you not say if any Sierra Leonean? Had you said if any Sierra Leonean, then you would have writ large it to the country. But you isolated it to one particular political party, hereby inferring that they are the destabilizers of the society.
Thank you very
You
much.
now
You
see
just, you
how una
just,
self working they call and talk and make and this and that. Una self, you're all a part of the problem. You all are part of the
yeah,
problem.
yeah,
Whether
yeah,
you do
yeah.
it actively realizing it or inactively not realizing it, you are all part of the problem.
And let's
I go
just
go to
briefly come to this. Let's just briefly come to this so-called release. First of all, it's structurally vague. I don't care all the nice words that they use around that. It's structurally vague. Secondly, it's legally not acceptable. Anybody who they read in between the lines, you they see either blackmail being used or maybe somebody just copied somebody's signature and put it on it. Because why should they have a letter where you get two signatures? One gets stamp and seal, the other not get stamp and seal. See, as you rightly say, people think they are the only educated people who can think. Some of us may not have doctorate degrees, but we think far better than that. I was born of an old age, if people want to know. When I say an old age, maybe if we believe in reincarnation, I'm the reincarnation of somebody that existed before. So I know things that you don't know, even without you saying it. Don't try for begin use moral fortitude in Sierra Leone. That paid press release lack moral fortitude. Welcome. Because they are not saying the thing as it should be said. If we want to talk
Yes.
about diaspora, there are people in this government working in the so-called strategic media office who are
Yes.
diasporans. They get
Yes.
paid. And these people
Yes.
spread hate speeches all the time.
Yeah.
One even told me at one time, would they wait for you, Sierra Leone? Tell us, all right, you go wait until thy kingdom come. She don't they wait.
As a matter of fact, I was told, and this is not a hide them because it is there for everyone to be seen. I was told by the so-called, was it communication person, that I have no rights talking about Sierra Leone because I have never voted in Sierra Leone. He did it. He did it at the internet. He did it. He said it
Well,
out loud.
I
And I
went.
to him, he goes, Bo Matilda Bo set you much, alter you talk about Sierra, alter you put you much pan Salone politics, alter you talk about Salone politics. As a matter of fact, you not get right for talk about Salone politics because you know one day vote na Salone.
It is
So
better. It is
now
better you
he
pay.
puts me in a category automatically where, okay, because I've never voted in Sierra Leone, that means he questions my Sierra Leoneanness. He questioned my all of the rights and privileges that have been guaranteed to me by the Constitution because I've never voted in Sierra. But I didn't need to answer him because his own very people came back and responded to him and say, Bobra you fumble. Bobra, you for no for say this speaking, this lady where they talk to na very educated lady. Not so then can question ya so and then can't answer you for the tell her. Bobra, you fumble. Now so they tell her right there and then Bobra, you fumble, you form. So just imagine that. We're having a very civil debate. And because obviously the debate was not going his way, and obviously the questions I was asking then were very thought-provoking questions, he thought the best way to shut me up was to say, what even you mean? You never vote in a salon. So could you imagine? Make I go to the callers then. And I want to go to a viewer from YouTube where say, please stay with our what national language Creole. Lots of people are listening in Sierra Leone. Your discussion is really interesting. So I want to say I'm sorry to the caller, not to because I know they talk Creole, I know keep talking a Creole. Okay, they say codes. My daily operative code now English, right, and French. So sometimes I can begin find na Creole, but because my daily operative code na English, you know, I the manager, so na bear with me, yeah. I always say this to the viewers. I try my best. I dey try my best,
All right,
and
but
that's
I
all.
beg pardon, Fambula. I go talk Creole now. Me na oku.
So make I go to the callers. Them caller waiting na your name and also you dey call phone.
Yeah, Mr. Jamboria and Martina, I wanna do.
Tell God thank you. Are you say?
Wanna thank you for everything that you do for sensitize people in our country today. You know, unfortunately today I don't listen to the beginning of the program, but I just listen to the last caller where we the try to talk. You understand? He say that press release day now waiting for the treaty. Now make the pull up press release this. But my question I ask this brother or this man we talk to. Now anything whether the treaties where the opposition the follow, but the ruling party then the follow. When they put something at the treaties and say so for do, they know they follow them. And Mother Bill began the right for able help that country. There's so much for being unity in that country because look and say now military person, a military person are possible for discipline. Now make people be supporter and say we will bring the country to one. But now divide the country so much, divide on day. And it is ruled by dividing because it's time for telling people at the south and set against the people in the diaspora. But let's remember, say, in government, so 70% are from the diaspora and come out. 70%. They can't hate speech when they say they're telling they under and it's combined time. You know, be happening right now. I want to let you know that one day. And look at the type of the APC them. So they make sure say that distinguish themselves. So look at them go kill somebody na Black Wood. They kill her because of the same APC. And when I SFP people more, you see how they rule that country today, which is completely bad. If you don't, and you as a leader, August 10, all my way die for being people them. Because I'm not the president, I don't see what's happening in the country. Now you support one side, say the people go kill postman them, which is bad. The people not for kill nobody anyway. Nobody no get rights for take nobody life. I make Matilda they are so and Mr. Jamboria they are so back. But make sure say every life is sacred. Every life is very important. They're not protect no life for nothing. I believe they not support what's happening August 10 for letting people go kill policeman. But policeman are not guys for kill the civilian there, which is completely wrong. But they side the whole thing, they just deal with the policeman and not deal with the side of the people there. If I'm the responsible president, it talks say all employees that so and be people them. I nobody expected the civilian for kill me policeman them. And the policeman no guys for kill on the day. But we all for unite. Let bygone be bygone. See what teach Jack about do when the Fed done. It talks a lot forgive. And then people because they want destruction and day, we all calm down. We all calm down and say, Lord, we come to peace. Remember, somebody we don't kill the parents them. They can't come to say forgive me. We look at God today, we amend them. When a civilian and when a pakaba, even a military important officer for discipline, I divide the country so much. So everything will happen for the treaty, the opposition the falagam. But wait, come to the end of the falagam. You understand? Then they said we. The problem is we want success for that country today, and we don't help them. If I would tell thank you, now who know for the pay, Jamboria them, and Matilda them, and the voice of VOS family for pay, because we help them for let move that country to the best way for let people enjoy. But they ignore with the set we against the people. Look what happened. The same thing happened during the war, when they get a list of people who they go and kill. When they go and kill, that's why they put your name there at the list. Right now, no go wrong. It's how we control. We go pray for good. They said I IPC them. Or these are various family then and then this and they will talk against we. Not to say when they talk against you not bad. I will let you move the country to the better way. Anybody who love peace, you go to talk for peace. But Mother Bill, everything look at fire for fire. Well, I promise Mother Bill. Then civilian if you say the kilo to the kilo. Now the men to the man they will get and they never kill them. Young people say they never kill them. Now they never kill them because the way they make so it's set with too much against people them. They tell you so what they oversee now that bad people them. Not too bad. With the State Development Day, they can also cancel house. Here you have the council every day. Government defeat, they do everything. They don't see that they would expect them go Salone. They for implementing today for the people in that country. But then fail. You know, the money that they eat. They can't probably like say that favor they do we not to favor do the people in that country. Not to favor do that people them. But my time don't go up. I don't know if I get opportunity for call back.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. I will go to the next caller. Caller, what's your name and you say the call from?
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
I recall from Maryland. Yeah, I just want to respond to this guy who just talk. You know, when I talk about people the diaspora will really cause problem. It's true. The guy who calls, I believe, is not a free to it. If you go talk to Mother Bill, not to the people who are in the diaspora, kill them. Not the if you demand the way around, we're not supposed to stop them. Because if we talk about people inciting violence, don't even encourage that as moderators of this program, we don't stop them. You know? And this is and Mr. Jallo Jamboria talked something a few minutes ago about hypocrisy. These are clear manifestations of hypocrisy. When they condemn the violence, then somebody become the violent statement and unable to stop on the track. You understand me? Yeah?
Caller, hold on. I pause your time. Caller.
Okay.
Hold on. I pause your time. If the caller been they use profanity and this and that, they cause mamikos left, right, fitty, fatter, and they stop them immediately. However, If you don't dey watch me show, you go know for say me na the type of person I let people vent. Let them say their mind. Afterwards, I'll come back and say what I have to say big regarding what they had to say. My silence at that particular moment does not mean consent. If the show finish, you really say I no address that particular comment day, then I think 100% you're right to start pointing the finger at me. The caller done for talk immediately I pick your call because people are waiting on the line. Doesn't mean I'm not taking notes. Doesn't mean I would not address it. But at least maybe wait and see what are my response as the host of the show would be. And then you can then, make a decision. That's all I'm going to say. Go ahead.
Well, the guy just proved the point where they talk, the press release they say about people in diaspora inciting people over there to be violent. And we all stick with self overseas. This is how they talk to in America. You know? When Osidona
I may
overseas,
not, caller, please. May not stick myself overseas. Thank you. Be civil.
well, okay, you Sidona overseas. Whether you speak yourself or not, you Sidona
I
overseas.
was driven from Sierra Leone 1998 after serving that country for 20 years.
Look, Mr. Jallo
Mr.
Jamboria,
Caller.
I sabi you well. Now you can't really
You're not sabi me. You're not
Adam Kola.
sabi me. You be the but me.
You join AFRC, you been
We
on
know,
television.
I don't pick this from all this program start. It's part of the SLPP mentality for can't disrupt programs them and find blame. Mister,
It is
I'm a
okay,
citizen
Mr.
of the
Jallo.
Kingdom of
Mr.
Norway.
Jamboya. Mr.
Let me finish.
Jamboya, let him
Let
have
me
his
finish.
peace and you would have yours. Go
Exactly.
ahead. Have your peace.
Exactly. You know, Jallo Jamboria
Stick
sabi you
them,
now.
stick themselves overseas. It's very rude.
I say we all, let me include myself. I say we all is stick with self. If you that was Chino Achebe say when dry bones are mentioned in the proverb, old people get on it, old women get on easy. Maybe now you stick
Yeah,
yourself because
men are the old man will stick myself overseas. Thank you. Say
no,
what you have to say and go away.
well
Now, all
go
they instigate trouble na Sierra Leone because they can't talk, not sabi how for talk.
look, what do you mean? I did take no,
That
you know
days
for
of impunity, the days of impunity is over. The
allow
days
me
of
to
jihadist mentality is over. We go
can
for
you
land for be civilized.
and if I don't even know what you talk about. What you behavior right now that is
You not
manifested
even know what they talk about.
in
Mister,
look,
my behavior, I not get for
allow
please
me
you
like
for behave in a way we not for behave.
Mr. Jamboya, just allow and make you use in time and say what you need for say,
that's
please.
how he is. I say there all the time. I say time for both them way the Brahma Lane. I say time. That is how he is.
That's what
You
I
know,
done.
in 1949, BA we get to say it surpassed everybody in education. Hey, look, let's continue with that.
Okay,
We were
no
there
personal
we had
attacks, please,
problem.
because now you're going on the personal. You're going on the personal, and I will
No,
Now
not
he
take
has just
personal attack.
proven my point. He has just proven
You're
my
going on the
point.
personal. I will not accept
no,
that.
I'm telling
No.
you. Because if Mr. Jabor talks to the
They
one who get
started by
PhD,
insulting people and stick themselves.
allow me to talk. I'm not.
Then
Hey,
now
look,
they can attack me personally. Thank you very much.
this is ridiculous. This is extremely ridiculous.
Please be English, buddy.
No, Mr. Jambura, behave yourself. You're like 70 years old.
Continue for expose your
Okay,
behavior.
what exactly, sir? Caller, we get
He
Boku
has
people and when
gone.
they wait on the line, okay? So what exactly was your point? Because right now you don't make any point it. You just stay on the attack, please.
Now
Okay, so we
SLPP,
lost
they
the
send
call.
them. I have the tenacity to say that. Now SLPP, they send them. Yesterday, are they on a program discussing this very issue? They attempted to hack my computer. Yes. SLPP, they
Okay,
send them.
so
The one
for
they
me,
say they want unity, now they underground covertly they create disunity. Three or four callers don't come with directly now people already disinform and misinform people. When you try for
So I
correct
go go.
them, then begin insult you. That's
I
exactly
go
what the
go
last caller
to.
did.
Yeah, I go to the callers them again, but let me say this: no personal attack on anybody. I know they accept in any way, shape, or form. I do not accept personal attack. Like you want to say something, make your points, and if the person there so for rebuff your statements, then go rebuff them. But no personal attack on anybody's personality or on anybody's life. Because at the end of the day, you only might have a minute perspective of that person in life. You not get a full picture of nobody in life. Now that make I know they ever go down to the level of talking about somebody in life. I talk about the general and I sit at the general. For the caller we talk say, the current leadership, head of leadership, that the very soldier man them go turn against them and kill them. If you know me, you know that me not there for violence. I not there for bloodshed. I know they condone any such thing. You know, I not believe in retributive justice. I don't believe in that, and that is why in one of my statements I say, them people that will die in Apademba Road, them people that will die August 10, what has happened to them? They are Sierra Leoneans too. They also deserve full justice. They are humans, just like, Bio is a human, Mada Bio is a human, Fatima Bio is a human, everybody is a human. So me no they parenting and they. If una dey so una don't follow this program, una know several times I give the reason why do you know how much pressure I've been under and not been because it's now past. I was under for bring the person of Adebayo on this platform for interview and na me show. Una know almost pressure I get. Una know almost people then call me, almost people then text me. But listen, I know my values. I know my morals. I know the home I'm from. I know the name I carry. I know what they are worth. I know their values. I know the values they've instilled in me. And I also come publicly and say the reason why such person will never be featured on my show. And me and Insidom and do an interview. I said it outright and I still maintain that to today. Because I get ethics about me that I will never cross no matter what, no matter how you think. So they go back to the callers then. Be mindful of what you say. I understand, say, things are hard, things are high, tensions are high. Absolutely. People are upset, people are furious for varied reason and the other. But in doing so, let us be measured in our approach. How about that? I'll go to the next caller. Caller waiting on your name and also you call from.
Yeah, this is me again, Kaitia. For look, as you are big man, Mr. Jallo, no, interrupt me again. It's sad. We all had to learn from each other. We all learn from each
Please
other.
go straight to your
No,
points. Please go straight to your points.
all right. Like what you have to say, the press release is very true because most of we were overseas. We live in security, we begin to go to good schools, we get light 24/7, everything all right for we. We incite people there and we live in stress. And the thing we don't understand is this collective amnesia we supporters of the APC party just don't develop. Then they make like from where the country begin. Now where they deal with the elect Marabuna and sufferness begin at that time. That country. That's not true. No. Salone go to school, I go primary school, I go secondary school, I go college. I teach 12 years before I come to this country. Me come out college 1992. I teach a whole academic year. They not pay me for the whole academic year. 1992, St. Joseph's Convent. A whole academic year. Sufferness only for long. Where then I will God don't bless you don't Canada. They are big. Let people in left hand just because you get the opportunity for you get free internet, you able for get YouTube channel, not still on the inside people and people let them know they under stress. They make the hard one every day. If you listen channels like we had come on talk then and now, there's not as if nothing positive they been at Sierra Leone, you know. And madam, you say somebody make one statement where say if any APC person cannot do that statement was bad, but it is true. Me not see SLPP person get for graph for go say they go pull Mada Bill. They're not going to do that one.
That
And
is subjective, my friend. That is subject. That you are making a very subjective
it is true.
statement. So, are you trying to tell me that you know the color of the political party of an individual just simply looking at their faces? Is that what you are trying to tell me?
No, that's
Okay, then if
yeah,
that is a no, then your statement is wrong.
all right. If it is subjective, but I will tell you very practical. Me not see any SLPP party member get for grabs they pull Mada Bill on power. Now the same thing one is with the APC no go pull them. Waiting point out country na party politics. SLPP party supporters they no go feel say anything wrong with this present government. It was the same case with Anes Kuruma in 11 years. He could do no wrong. And that's an unpopular country. When me grab, me na kono, I don't get no kono party. All the party na northerners. But they like today, if you na northern, you know one for interact, you know one for mingle with people. I don't say who they na diaspora. They want to hold the freedom. You know, all man just not to say the country in there. And this they stem from waiting they come out of there. You get somebody who's in Holland, they call it cause imam them mama, pastor them mama, minister them mama, all campus them mama. You know, and people they buy top up for listening to her. How is that helpful? You know, anything that I tell you, go, you get for camp bet we all. You do overseas, God don't bless you. You did whether in Europe or in America or in Canada, God don't bless you. You did it, you live in fine. You begin to live it fine. Whatever they want. Then the one the way they incite them. I tell you, if God not punish, God will punish you. You don't begin away ball. It is bad if we are here. If we can't help Sierra Leone. Let's not contribute to the stability. That's not what we say. Thank you.
Okay, I will go on to the next caller. Caller, waiting on your name and Usai. Okay, no more calls. So, people, I know that you will be tempted to call again, but I look at the time, and we serve. This is about you. Yes, it's about maybe if anything, I will take maybe 2 to 3 more calls depending on when they call. If the call comes in before 7 o'clock, I will take them. If they come in after 7, I will not take them. Okay? These are my rules. So if you want for call, make sure say you call now, because as it's 7 o'clock, so I'm not taking any calls, and trust me, my word is my bond. Bonyano de today. Mr. Jamboria, let me go to you, sir. You have the right to defend yourself because some
No,
accusations were
I'm not
made.
annoyed. I'm not annoyed about anything. I was just correcting him to be polite.
I just they say you get the right for defend yourself. If somebody come and say something falsely against my personality, and I am there, I have to defend myself. So absolutely, you get the right for defend yourself. Just as if me say something false against somebody in assumption, the person gets the right for defending self as well. The only thing is that we do so respectfully. We do not do so crossing certain boundaries, right? This night don't bring we come. Somebody at my age, not for be the type of person where they host them kind of show ya so and they talk about them kind thing ya so. Because it should not even be a thing, but it is a thing. And now you get a situation where fingers are being pointed at a certain group of people. Let me say, not that I'm not aware, say, some people then they oversee where they instigate, where they fear. But where outside the instigation they come up from, now that I continue for us. Who are their sponsors? Who that they give them wing for fly? Because certainly there is somebody, there is a base, there is a fire, there is somebody blowing the fire underneath. Not to smoke no more we see the fire. So somebody definitely buy the firewood, somebody definitely put the 3 stone then together, buy the firewood, make sure say the firewood dry, or if the firewood not dry, fend way for dry the firewood, fend the matches and fend the small thing them, the cheap woods them for put inside and light them, and then when you know they catch them begin blow them. That is what I am saying here. So who are these people? Yes, absolutely the current situation at Salone, everyone is at fault, both the diasporan, some people in the diasporan, because not everybody gets them for that nonsense day. As for me, they see me in a political group, they see me in a forum, you check, I say, man, let me tell you, I'm not even incognito anywhere, because I don't have time for such nonsense. I get better thing for do with my life. Just the fact that I take the time I can't sit down and so it's love for country. That's why I'm doing, and correction of thoughts and ideas and
Yeah,
ideologies. That's
yeah,
why I do
yeah.
this thing. Okay?
Exactly,
Recalibration
exactly.
of thoughts and ideas. That's why I do these things. Not because every Saturday I not get team for do with me 2 hour or me 3 hour, because it takes me about 3 hours.
It's over midnight at my end now. If I'm
I have
seated
much
at
more
this
to do with
time,
my life. But all of us all of us not go be bystander. We all can sit down and just sit down no more, and then all time, like I told you, sometimes I go into a meeting when they say, where are you from, country of origin? I'm ashamed to say I'm a Sierra Leonean. Because we rap shit, because me decide when me they work on, unfortunately, I get access to so many things. I cannot see the rap shit first before self I go inside the meeting. So why don't see the rap shit first of all, then they don't debase me completely. And now I have to admit, because I will never shy away from saying who I am. But that doesn't mean to me for saying we not for take corrective actions then. We need for take corrective actions then. The very people that diaspora that you are talking about, they are within you, they are amongst you. And they are the greatest mischiefs of them all. But yet you fail for reprimand them. Instead, una slap in the wrist is double promotion. Double promotion have
yeah,
been for salesman them.
yeah, yeah.
People that are extremely smart.
No, even
Extremely
here
smart,
now,
who
Matilda.
are way above their peers. Now then they give double promotion, but una double promotion, now promotion of political assignments. Now they give them double promotion, no reprimand at all. So you embolden these people, and now we don't can't on canker now and neck them, and then now you want to look and deviate and look at something else. But can you look within yourselves? Can you look within yourself? Because the answer lies within you. The answer, the right sound and soul them. And una know that because una know una self. Una sit down, una they talk, una they make, una they do, una know what una they talk, una know what una they do, una know the transfer them una they make. Chain Oba took an entire year plus exposing some of these things. So it's not like it's not new to us. You go now in websites right now and research where they do and what it is there. The evidence are there. So who are we fooling? What are we saying here, people? What are we saying? Can we be honest for once?
Man, there you go.
Jamboria, make a left and make you take over. Take over, sir. Take over.
There you go. There you go, Matilda. There you go. You see, I make
The,
statements. They make
before you
statements
take over,
for
sir,
specific.
you they make a statement. You they make a statement, and you are saying all Sierra Leoneans have the rights to belong to SLPP and APC. Is SLPP and APC the only political group within Sierra Leone? What
Big
happened to the
question.
existence of the other
We
group?
have
Are they
20
all of a
political
sudden not
parties
political
registered.
groups? Are there not political parties? Are there not other political parties that should be involved in this? Do they not have a base? Do they not have supporters like yourself who might be aggrieved about these things? Who these things might equally be affecting? So are their leadership all of a sudden, not important or of no importance to the nation anymore? Are we thinking thoroughly about these things?
Come in,
Go ahead,
Matilda.
sir.
Because I don't prepare exactly what you don't talk so. Now when we say calls and they intercept. Now I make a tell you say the letter itself is structurally wrong. Not only two political parties will get in Sierra Leone. We get 22 registered political parties. Amongst them 22 yeah. Now then self back go categorize say you get 6 major political parties. But since the last election, only 2 political parties we see. Then the other thing way they see, because they know say something like this don't come out, now they don't begin to fund people overseas quietly, covertly, for can't disrupt people the way they know say go pass the correct message. But I want to make this message to Sierra Leoneans. It's my word, not the word of viewers. I, Mohammed Boye Jallo Jamboria, I have the capacity to mobilize resources and be a president in Sierra Leone if I care to. But it's not part of my agenda in life. I don't have the money in a bank account, but I have the contacts and connections. So now Lord behave with self play. This pettiness, let's stop now. We did talk about unity between SLPP and APC, which is wrong. Here we don't get 2 callers where they can point saying APC not the problem. So where is this unity going? The hypocrisy what they talk about now they see so. And I want to make other people let Sierra Leoneans know this. I was born in a home that is SLPP. My namesake, the only boy Jallo who attended both school, was a founder member of the Sierra Leone People's Party. Added to that, by his job he was a personal friend of the first Prime Minister, Sir Milton Magai. Sir Milton used to go to our house at Songo. He had a farm there every weekend. They would sit and talk. I'll sit close by as a small boy. So if una feel say una na SLPP, hey, some of you no want talk. This polarization. You see, when they talk about people paying people, some people are not even paid. Then get that belief like how people then get that religious fundamentalism. This now party, we go die for them. So anybody who want to talk against the party, we go attack them. Only thing they say, even my platform were established. Not to pass any money. The research what they do for prove we connection, with commonality, not to pass any money. Now my personal funds are the use. Whatever say Sabi me na Ketuele, you Sabi me as a young man teaching at Kankele school. And you know I was a radical. At that time, it was APC in power. Anytime we strike be, police truck the can I'm used for car arrest me. Yes, I'm a radical. I'm a radical because I know they accept social injustice. But that's notwithstanding, it's good that we behave with self while they talk to people then. Because you don't know. Sierra Leone, I don't need Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone need me at this stage. Not going back to Sierra Leone, no mean nothing to me. I have a comfortable life where I am in Norway. Very comfortable. So now they talk to ourselves with respect. This polarization mentality, this jihadist mentality, now we get power, we go do how we like. We not done una say, now people na the diaspora. This time when they make us the principal factor of instigating trouble in the diaspora. Before 2018 election, he was voicing out. He had always been there voicing out. But it was not wrong at that time. Why is it wrong now? And say, well, you know, want Fitia, you know, join Kakadebo. Now I've been enjoying the Kakade Bulate Muna use social media. Why is it wrong now? If people want to make peace in Sierra Leone, we should begin with honesty and trust building. And some of we know what to make all this dege-daga they gone. I'm privy to secrets them with some term the Tengo Cargo Bossanaya. It's a resource war. Now there is a connivance between few people in the two political parties for work together, let them take control of resources forever. Then the family na them for better. Who that they want, then go they give them crumbs. I don't care about that. I don't care about that because I carry a Norwegian citizenship, and because by virtue of that, I am entitled to all the facilities where every Norwegian entitled to. As a matter of fact, between 2011 and 2018, I was elected in this country, one of the few blacks to have been elected. I'm entitled to everything here. I work for Salone 20 years, they not pay me pension gratuity. Norway, they pay me pension right now. Now only 5 years I work. And the pension what they get, it 20 times within Salone before give me. So if some of you they talk, we're not a talk because we want recognition or want to fend voting from anybody. I don't need Sierra Leone. I only talk because maybe if Sierra Leone stable, I get people there go take the logo na my country, logo invest. They'll create jobs for people. Now I tell people they send them people here. I have the tenacity and temerity to say it, that then they send them. They know the game they are playing. I make I say that letter, even the legality of them is questionable. You get two political parties sign a letter, one put in seal and in stamp, the other not put nothing. Now just signature. Anybody can photocopy signature, go put on for any document. We know. As a matter of fact, when I can know in a technology and land, I come up from academics, I know how to do those things. That's notwithstanding, if the APC not say not to we pull this release, that means some form of connivance they or blackmail they go on. Now I make up talk about other programs say the APC now then shoot themselves na the foot. Because from all this government come, they no say then we don't go make the fake commission of inquiry and this and that. All them if do is all the old guards then say una step aside, please log in new people. That would have solved the problem once and for all. But this entitlement to office in Sierra Leone, now one of a crisis. Nobody is entitled to any public office. You are only entitled to what you work for and achieve in life. Going into a public office, not to tell you the work for. Not even a privilege. If you are elected, it's a privilege. I'm happy when I came to Norway as a refugee. 10 years down the line, I was elected, and it was done twice. It's a privilege. When the 2018 reach, I tell them, say, I want to return now because I've been get right for continue. I say I want to concentrate on other things. Age don't they come. I want to do certain research, write books, etc., etc. And say anytime you need welcome. That's how civilized people behave. So how for cancer don't they cause effects? This do this, that do that. Then now they do the same thing where they talk say wrong. If you come to a platform like this and begin to blame APC and SLPP, they say, "Lord, make unity." Well, who is fooling who? Who is fooling who? Not big axe now. You know what you are seeing as alone? I think we get mental amnesia. We need for work on that. Sierra Leoneans don't think properly, honestly. We get mental amnesia. It has been a part of our problem since I was a small boy. You don't notice that. Say, the Sierra Leonean, the minute you think out of that parameter when they think, they see you as the enemy. In first reaction, violence for intimidate you. Me, I'm above intimidation. I may be an old man, but I'm above intimidation. The termination Morocco, whether they don't tap and I'm this. When I tried for kill me in 1998, when I beat me 6 rounds at Romeo Baugu Bridge, when I even announced me death, the FM 98.1. This is me seated here. No human can kill me by the grace of God. I will die when the time is opportune. And I know say God keep me now for this time. That's why I'm on social media. I'm not here to instigate. I'm here to educate. God keep me because God be want for make when the crisis point reach, let some of you raise the voice. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. You can't stop me. Yesterday, they hack into my computer, the program go off halfway. That's why I use part of my skills I come back on. When I left, when I left. This is not to 1920 or 1930 or 1991. This is the world of AI. This is the world of AI. Now begin learn for be civil with each other. Otherwise, Africa, Sierra Leone will suffer. Because when AI go don't take over the world, they don't need una anymore. And at that time, some of una go know. Then go begin drive una from the America and England where una they say go back home. We not get job for una people and all. We welfare money una no can sit on the eater. I tell una go know how una been on the waste them. This has to stop. It has to stop. We all sabi psychology. Let nobody not can use cheap psychology but we when we try for tell the people the truth. We not can instigate nobody. We can't talk say this is right, this is not right. We dey talk about moral fortitude. We talk about ethical standards. And any society who then thinks that they not there, that society not the work. Governance is a collective thing. It's not an exclusive thing. If you have say SLPP no more get Salone, lie. Oh. Lie. There are more people than SLPP in Sierra Leone. There are more people than SLPP. So now left this boy. Please. I go
Okay.
stop there.
Okay. Thank you very much. I will just make you say goodbye to Famble then because we don't go out of time.
I know. Now I make just try for stop. Humble them there, una no vex so not to what matter make. I just want for clarify certain things. Because people make a lot of assumption about what they are not. And that's part of the diaspora problem also. A lot of people come at the diaspora, then still they think Sierra Leone, they're not change. So when they see other people, then if you say that same old Sierra Leone, I'm not the same old Sierra Leone. Where I'm talking from, I'm the only black man within 30 minutes drive. Some of you don't change. Oh. Not for vex are the vex. I will get and clear. Say change not way for happen. If you don't come oversee, talk like somebody who they oversee, behave like somebody who they oversee. Una tata, una good night. I go they come back. But me, I go talk I want talk. Not a very simple problem. Oh. Anything I want talk with you, I will take responsibility. Because I'm my own president, I'm my own God. I serve myself and I serve my conscience. Una good night.
Okay, so me famble them, we don't kaya so for today. Like I say, me not know if the communications unit within the two political parties them vet this joint press release, whether they were respecting and making sure they are there to some deliverables within the review of elections reform, na Salone or whatever. If I were writing this, if I was to have an opinion on the words used, the flow of sentence, the choice of word and how everything come out, I wouldn't have done it in that manner. I would have advised them to take ownership first. Do a self-reflection first before you project outwards. Because if you not do a self-reflection and take ownership first, and when everything come, the first mode of operandi now for point on, then it means that you are just doing check marks. You know, they reflect. You know, they take you time for ponder and actually think about actual situations. Then the other thing that is starkly missing, yes, the biggest tension is between the APC and the SLPP, but what about other political parties? Other political parties form part of the land, form part of the governing structure. You know, you cannot acknowledge them when it serves your purpose and pretend as if they are non-existent because it does not serve your purpose. You're talking about inclusive government. You know, you're talking about inclusion. That's where inclusion starts. That's where in Nade inclusion they start, Nade inclusion they begin. You know? And next time when they make a statement, not make a writ large broadband statement. Because like I say, somebody like me, I not belong to political party. I not buy, I not sell, I not eat, I not will go, I not wanga. So if you can't join me inside Kakadebul, when me not sabi where boss to assist, obviously I'm going to be vexed by it because that's what I do. You can't join me inside Kakadebul, when not sabi where boss to assist, you know. And beaucoup of we not sabi where boss to assist. So please, next time, mind your language, mind the formation of your sentence, your choice of word, and all of that. You know, the thing is that this thing, like I say, it dey in our hand. Una self no say it dey in our hand. Because at the end of the day, there's a clear parable we say, dear my country people do not vex so, but there's a clear parable we say, not to go put ogbondo na the tin. Now that go up in leg, na in the tin. You know? Would I go up in leg na in the tin? Una don't go put una want go put ogbondo, una don't catch the og, una don't, but who done now for opening leg na in this problem so now. Now una don't put yourself so. You know? But again, next week we can also turn Nambara so turn Ayaso. Because we are talking about, you know, the existence of the knife versus, you know, the well-being of the individual. Next week we talk about the Bondo society. No regrets, no remorse. The women are ready, they are coming strong. Until then, may God bless you all and may God bless the country that we claim we love. For those of us who truly love that land, may God see us through. And for those who claim they love the land, may God bring them along. Because this Imona. Until next time, my people, thank you very much, Mr. Jamboria. May God bless you all. And anything we will defend at this world, by His grace, may He give it to us. Unatata.
That's all we say make we drive kush na Salone. But we life them.
That is so right, yeah now. What's if they do? What we bother them, they die. Push on down the hill, now them body just they try. So foot at them body, they and now they just they cry. Now we bother them foot so they swell now why? I don't know if now the chemical or what's in them they put. Best now for avoid them, nothing but the suit. Other food and they for it, come up and kush. We still bring this message so you do work for you. On the me.
Every day we they lost it land their life because of kush. Yeah, Papa government, NGOs now come so we hate. Yeah, you way they import kush. You know like Salone, no. And we value we like Dr. Isaac was
kush. Me brother don't want before you